All right. How did you first get when did how did you first hear or got introduced to Ben 10?
I wish I remembered. I even wish I knew like what was the first episode I watched, because I could have randomly stumbled upon it while I was like maybe flipping through channels on Cartoon Network. But yeah, this really wowed me as a kid. Like a kid with a device that not only turns you to one superhero, but 10 superheroes, and they're aliens. Then that's the coolest thing ever. And I don't know if it scared me. Probably not. I was around 6 years old when I started watching it in 2007, even though it came out in 2005, which I was younger than that. But yeah, it was a really amazing Cartoon Network show to watch. And the fact that years later we get to have other shows of Benton, especially when he's older, that's really awesome. So yeah, that could have been how I got interested. It was just me flipping through channels, and it just came out on Cartoon Network randomly. So that's all I would say.
Hmm. Okay. Next question. What was the first Ben 10 episode you ever watched?
Like I said in the first question, I wish I remembered, but it had to be around during season three, because that's where it aired during 2007. It could be mm, maybe either, let's see, uh it could be when he turned to Wolf, maybe, or when he got met the mummy. It could have been any one of those episodes, but I honestly don't remember. But I wish I did remember, because I would have told you, but I'm not good with memories way past. So
No issue, no issue. All right, the third question. Who are some of your favorite aliens from the classic and why?
okay, for the classic, I didn't have that much favorites. But I kind of like the monster ones, the as they call the Halloween trio, because I thought they were really neat. Like Ben Wolf, Ben Mummy, and Ben Victor. Of course, they're now called Blitzwolfer, Snare O, and Frankenstrike. Yeah, they were really cool. Also, kind of like Ditto, because I like his ability to clone himself. And Waybig is really good too. And of course, let's not forget the classics like Heat Blast, Forearms, Accelerate. Those are really good aliens. And speaking of Accelerate, it is a sad passing to hear that last week we lost his voice actor, Jim Ward.
Indeed. Yes. All right. Next up. Who are some of your favorite classic villains from the classic series?
By all means, Vilgax. I mean, not only did Steve Bloom did good job his voice, he is very menacing. Not well, his younger self he didn't get much of, but his cyborg self, he was very powerful and very strong. You Ben could barely like stand up to him. Like he was whipped pretty good. He's like the best Vilgax.
Awesome. All right. With the fifth question, did you ever have any merchandise from the OG show, like some toys, some shirts, posters, anything from the classic series?
As a matter of fact, I did. Like years ago, not like while it was airing, but while I was in my mid-teens, I still had the DVDs. But I used to have a poster. Came with one of the DVDs. I think it was season one. On one side, it had I showed like toys and all of that, but on the other side, it showed Ben holding up his Omnitrix, and it showed like all the aliens like up in the air. It was so cool. But I think it got like um torn up during a move or something, and never saw it ever since. My first shirt, it was my only shirt as a kid. It was a Ben 10 Alien Force shirt. It had Ben, Humongosaur, and Jet Ray. But I stopped wearing it after a while, because I wore it when I got my haircut one time, and hair was still stuck on the clothing, even though it was washed more than once. So I stopped wearing it, and I haven't worn a Ben 10 shirt ever since. Not until about a month ago. I think it was a month ago, where I finally got another Ben 10 shirt from Amazon. And yep, and for my on Omnitrixies. Of course, let's not forget the classic one where it's like digitalized. It's kind of like a mini game type of deal where you can have different mini games. But my dumb self was playing it so much, it was twisted so much, it got stuck. Mostly on heat blast, so I can't turn like the settings or anything, so I broke it. And I also had the Alien Force Omnitrix. Of course, the battery's low. I can't really deal with that. And the Ultimatrix is the same thing. I remember when I was a kid because the Ultimatrix, like barely, like I don't know when it was like produced between the alien things, but those disc things, like it corresponds, like it gets shot the name, whatever. Um, I was like visiting Utah, I believe. My dad got me a toy for my Ultimatrix. It was Terraspin, and it wouldn't work. And I started crying with that.
Dang, sorry to
Yeah,
hear.
so he had to take it back and got me a different toy, which I still have. But I don't think the Wrath one worked either. But yeah, it was a Wrath toy. Now for my Omniverse one, it doesn't work anymore. One, the batteries are dead, I think, and the panel thing is broken. But that was pretty fun to do. Um, and I had a few figures here and there, but yeah, that was pretty much the much I had. Of course, other DVDs as too.
Even though I asked for classic, thank you for elaborating more. Thanks, appreciate it.
My
Uh,
bad.
no, it's no issue. All right, next question. Did you ever play any of the classic Ben 10 games or seen any gameplays of it?
Of course I did. The first ever game I played when I had the, of course I still had the Wii, but more than one Wii. So the first ever game I played was Benchen Protector of Earth. That was the best game I've ever played. It was my childhood. Of course, you only had to play 10 aliens, but that was fine. You had to play as Forearms, Heat Blast, Cannibal, Accelerate, and Wildvine. And you play different levels and you fight different bosses and enemies. It was the best thing ever. I'm glad that I found it and old stuff years later, and I got to play again, and I still have it. But yeah, and I also have other games on the Wii of Ben 10. But yeah, Ben 10 Protective Earth is by far my best one.
Awesome.
But yeah, the other question with the online game, I technically did see online gameplay because way before I played Ben 10 Omniverse, both 1 and 2, I saw like gameplays of it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 7, the question that makes you think of all. What defines you or like makes you a Ben 10 fan overall?
Well, of course, like the artistic styles, it makes the like characters in Aliens like shine and pop out. All thanks to two artists, Dave Johnson and the most famous ever, Tom Perkins. Of course, he has a full name, but we usually call him Tom Perkins. They did really good, and of course with Alien Force, recipes to Dwayne McDuffie, he helped create the show and with the story and stuff, and the fact that um like so many good voice actors like play these characters, like for example Terrastron for classic band and Yuri Lethal for team band. They did really good, and ever since I became a Benton fan, like when I was younger, I always like trying to make my own Benton aliens. Of course, I wasn't that good at drawing, nor did I come up with better names. But with a lot of practice and watching videos, as I'm growing older, I'm able to come up with better names and draw better aliens.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, the last question, number 8. Overall, after 20 years of Ben 10 over or like the franchise overall, what brings you the most joy out of the show? Like,
The memories and the fact that it brings fans closer together, even though some fans don't watch Benton anymore. However, and this year they started to bring a little bit of Benton back, like Funko Pops, shirts, a DVD collection, which has been fixed now because they messed up at first. You choose, and pretty soon a comic series, and it may or may not be true. We might be getting a new Ben 10 series by Duncan Rouleau. So we'll just have to wait.
Okay, cool. All right then. Is there any final thoughts from your side you want to say to the audience out there?
Well, firstly, congratulations on 20 years of being on the air of Ben 10. It was a great experience coming out December 27th, 2005. Um, uh, for you audiences out there, don't fall towards the crappy AI or whatever. Watch something that will be sparking your childhood. Watch Ben 10 and the other Ben 10 shows. Let that be part of your childhood and not anything like Coco Melon and all that crap. Have your childhood shine. And let's see. Just whatever you do, watch the shows. Don't hate it. Yes, the character writing can be iffy at times, but you can still enjoy it just how it is.
Mm, nice. All right, and this is where we end